William and Catherine Booth had 8 children. By 1890, the Salvation Army had become a powerful international movement, and the Booth children were running it. All of them except one held high office in the Army. So let's get their stats. Bramwell Booth was his dad's right-hand man from the beginning. He started out as a Christian mission secretary at age 16 and became chief of staff in 1880. When William was promoted to glory in 1912, Bramwell took over as general and held the office until 1929. Ballington, the Marshal, Booth, joined his parents' work after schooling and once got thrown in jail for preaching in the streets of Manchester. William Booth eventually sent him and his wife to command the Salvation Army in the U.S. Eventually, they broke with the Salvation Army and formed the Volunteers of America. Catherine got her nickname, the Maréchale, after opening the Salvation Army's work in France and Switzerland in 1881 to 82. While she and her husband eventually turned away from the Salvation Army, she later famously said, "To the masses, I was sent as a child, and my greatest and deepest spiritual blessings and lessons have come in following my calling." Emma Moss managed family affairs while William and Catherine were away doing the Salvation Army's work. She trained women cadets in London, and she and her husband later served as joint commanders in the U.S. Herbert Howard became commander for Britain in 1889. He later commanded the Salvation Army in Canada, then in Australasia. Marion Billups was differently abled than her siblings, but even though she had an intellectual disability, she still held the rank of staff captain. Evelyn Corey, better known as Evangeline, was also once arrested for street preaching. At age 23, she commanded the London Division and later led the Salvation Army in Canada, 1896 to 1904, and the United States, 1904 to 33, where the Army became famous for its service in World War I. In 1934, she became the first woman to be elected General of the Salvation Army. Lucy Millward, 1867 to 1953, led the Salvation Army in Denmark and Norway. If you're an officer's kid, know that you come from a grand tradition of children watching their parents serve others and follow in their footsteps. So be proud. And all of us can learn from the ways the Booth children took the Salvation Army beyond their parents' wildest dreams.